Andreas, thank you so much for taking the time out of a very, very busy role and a busy day for you to speak with us. I've had a ton of fun catching up with you. So I have just one last question for you,
sure.
And I'd love to hear what you have in terms of tips and advice for aspiring professionals looking to build their leadership and entrepreneurial skills for academic and career success.
For sure. So I have to say that honestly, on the leadership and management side, I was always quite passionate about it, even going out of high school and going to university. And I loved being involved in high school. I was involved with student council, a lot of different organizations. And I was like, I want to continue that going to university. And I tried many different events, many different organizations. And, at some point I was like, what, maybe I enjoyed it as a delegate, but I think I'd be really good leading this organization and trying it out. As they say, if you can't beat them, lead them. But I realized that, I really wanted to kind of shake things up, see how we can do things differently. And that came from the experience of going out, trying all these different events, going to different competitions, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't work, and then coming together at the University of Waterloo, starting to go into extracurriculars like Model United Nations or DECA Canada or UWDECA. And I realized, these are the things that we can do to really enhance the experience we give to the students that are involved. And from a leadership perspective, understanding how I can support my teams the best way. And that could only come from doing things outside the academic realm, right? You get lots of opportunities to work in teams for school projects, but when big things are at stake, when real actors are at stake, real people are at stake, you find that that's when you create the most formative experiences that you have. And that came primarily from my time helping lead and manage different organizations while I was at the School of Accounting and Finance. And that would be honestly my number one advice, is get involved. And if you can, that is the best place to find experience to be the best leader you can be, is get involved with organizing events, get involved with organizing competitions, organizing anything you can. And sometimes there's always the route of starting your own organizations as well. If you find that there's a spot, an opportunity, I would say, for something to grow. In my time, I realized that the way we approach Model United Nations and politics wasn't really as competitive as I thought students really wanted it to be. And that was the main endeavor that I applied it to, was how do we enhance this organization so we can compete with other schools, give our students a real experience and outlet for political discourse, for political passion. And that kind of drove that. So sometimes it's not just about what's already established, but it's what has the opportunity to establish and flourish that also matters. And I would say that's the advice. Seek those opportunities and make them your own and enhance them.
Mm-hmm. And I think the way that you had approached that is also not kind of headstrong as in I'm coming in to make changes, but rather much like your involvement with UWDECA and also Model UN. You started off as being involved as a delegate, and then you saw gaps and opportunities for improvement and enhancement, and you worked towards helping and providing those enhancements and opportunities, which just ended up happening, leading towards leadership roles in both DECA Canada and Model UN.
Absolutely, and I would also add that a big key to success was realizing that the best ideas and the best approaches don't need to come from the same organization. I found there was a lot of opportunities where things that were being done in Model UN, could be beneficial to DECA and vice versa. So it was that cross-pollination of experiences with different extracurriculars actually made it more, it kind of created a synergy that made me able to kind of shape and help organize the way we approach things in each organization better. And it was taking pieces and knowledge from different sources, different organizations that kind of help build successful endeavors, successful initiatives.
Mm-hmm. So it's that breadth, and again, that life lesson of breadth of experiences, but building those experiences to then carve a pathway where you can build those leadership and entrepreneurial skills.
Exactly.
So thank you again, Andreas. It was fantastic to catch up with you. today, and definitely we have to stay in touch. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming out, and loving the Toronto skyline behind us, and very happy that you were able to make it out here, and happy to discuss about Ernst & Young School of Accounting and Finance, because it honestly has led to who I am right now as both a professional on the personal side, and I'm always happy to give back.
Thanks again, Andreas.
No worries.